My dear, good, and precious people, I'm going to speak to you about addictions. You see, in all my sermons, all the talks that I give, all the seminars that I conduct, I always begin with this greetings or this salutation, which says, my dear, good. Now I started adding precious people. So one person asked me, Father, why do you say good? Why do you say precious? How do you know we are good? For this, I have the answer. And that answer is humanist psychology. The humanist psychology or psychologists always believe that man is basically good. He has the potentiality to be good. So I see all those men and women, whomever I address, I speak to, or I'm preaching, the children, I always see them good because God is good. Because God has made each and every one of us in His own image and likeness. So we have all the godly image and likeness in us, God given inbuilt nature in us, which is good. But there are certain things that makes us not good for ourselves and not good for the others. We all have the potentiality to be good, to be precious. But it all depends how you use your potentiality of good. How do you use for the good of the people all these things? We need to ask ourselves. You see, my dear friends, we have all come into this world and we exist. Existence is there, each and every one of us. Then there is another E, extinction. So, in between existence and extinction, we are there. And it all depends how I make my life, how I live my life, how I make myself happy, or how I make others happy. So you are the one. So they say the world is a stage and we are the actors. So we need to act good, where in the end people will clap for the life that we have lived. But unfortunately, many don't live their life to the full, in happiness, in joy. They are sad. They make things for themselves sad, and they make others also unhappy. But if you remember the words of Jesus Christ, John chapter 10, verses 10, I have come to give you life, life in all its abundance. So the life is there. It is up to you how you live your life to the full and make others also to make them live fully. But there are certain characters, certain things that makes us evil, that others are not happy because of us. And those are the things what we call as addictions or addiction. Addiction, simply to say, is an urge to do something that is hard to control or stop. Urge to do something that is hard to control or stop. Example, there are two types of addiction. There is chemical addiction and behavioral addiction. Chemical addiction refers to an addiction where we use substance like tobacco, alcohol, cocaine, marijuana, all that we take inside or we take for ourselves. That is what we call as chemical addiction. Then second addiction is behavioral addiction. This refers to your behavior. How do you behave? And it is shown through your action, through your words, and time and again you are doing the same thing. These are the repeated behaviors that you carry out even if they don't offer any real benefits. For example, playing games. For example, internet. For example, so many things are there. So to begin with, first addiction is drug addiction. The drug addiction is basically you are taking drug substance which affects your brain. You can't resist the urge to use them, no matter how much harmful the drugs may be. It is basically all that you take, the heroin, cocaine, illegal drugs, painkillers. At first, you may choose a drug because you like the way it makes you feel. You may think you can control how much and how often you use it. But over time, drugs change how your brain works. In the sense, like you are not able to control your brain. The brain is controlled by drugs. You're simply carried away. You're not yourself. Just to take the brain. The brain God has created and He has put a system in that. For example, you just bring like a computer, brain is just like a computer. When you bring the computer, there are things made by the producer. In the system, it is already put. Now, later on, what you put is yours. So, the computer, very important part of the computer is CPU, Central Processing Unit. Very important part, Central Processing Unit. And so, whatever you want, you can put it. So, also the brain, when you are using drugs, you are not able to put in whatever you want. It is controlled by the drugs. It affects your brain. It affects your brain. And it changes the whole system of brain. For example, when you use drugs for a long time, it can cause changes in other brain chemical systems and circuits as well. They can hurt your judgment. You're not able to make judgment. You're not able to take decision making, memory, ability to learn. What is the function of the brain? The function of the brain is basically to think, to memorize, intellect. But once you start taking these drugs, you're not able to make right judgment. You're not able to make right decision making. You're not able to remember. And you're not able to learn. You lose. Who is most likely to become addicted? The people, each person's body and brain is different. People also react differently to drugs. So not everyone who uses drugs become addicted, but it can happen to anyone. So some things may raise your chances of addiction, especially family history. In your family, there are people who have been taking drugs. There are chances that you will also take drugs. early drug users. So taking drug at an early stage can really become addicted. You cannot leave it. There is the other mental disorder. Those who are mentally disordered, these people also easily become target for drugs. There are those, next one is those who have troubled relationships. They are not able to live in relationship. They are not able to fulfill the duties of a relationship, of a husband or a wife or as a son. And then they are carried away by drugs. And also, remember, there is friends, companions. Whom do you choose? Who are your friends? So if you have your friends who are drug addicts, who are all the time seeking for drugs, surely you will also be addicted toward drugs. So you must be very mindful, my dear friends, and ask yourself, am I addicted? Signs of addictions are, now you see, signs of addictions are an urge to use the drug every day or many times a day. Many times a day. Like not one cigarette. You want to take cigarette again and again. Tobacco, you want to put in your mouth again and again. Second, you take more drugs than you want to and for longer than you thought you would. People, for example, they want more and more. So when your urge is more, that means you are addicted. You always have the drug with you and you buy it even if you can't afford it. The drug is there. Like for example, the one who takes tobacco. Tobacco is in his pocket. It is there, he carries. First thing he sees that, is there tobacco with me? Then you keep using drug even if it causes you trouble at work or makes you lash out at family and friends. You keep on using even though it is causing relationship problem. Next is you spend more time alone. You don't take care of yourself or care how you look. Your looks and all, you don't care how you look. You steal, lie, or do dangerous things like driving while high or having unsafe sex. So you are stealing, you are robbing, doing dangerous things. You spend most of your time getting, using, or recovering from the effects of the drug. Most of your time is all related to drug and you spend your time mostly in that. You feel sick when you try to quit. So these are the signs of addictions, drug addictions. Now you see, when to get help. Now all these signs are there. As soon as you start seeing these signs, ask for help. You have Matthew 7:7. Ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. So you must ask, can anybody help me? Second thing is that you must know that I have a disease. It's a drug. Addiction is a disease. Any addiction is a disease you do time and again, and you need to seek help. Can you please help me? Look out for counseling centers. Look out for people who can help you. Look out for priests. Look out for any good friends. Look out for family support. You need to do that. So ask, seek, and find. Ask and it shall be given to you. Knock and the door will be opened. Seek and you will find. So it should come from you. Your family will be telling you. But you must realize that I must realize that I need help. For example, when I'm sick, what do I do? I take tablets. But if it is not healing me, I need to go to the doctor, and the doctor will suggest what I must do. Because Health is wealth. So also each and every person is a wealth. And that wealth God has given you. So use everything for the benefit of God and for others. So other things are there. Now, for example, more things. Having loss of memory, mood problems comes, repeated argument with loved ones, repeated using drugs to cope with problems, physical problems due to drug abuse. So many things are there. Just try to see what is there which makes me. So you see, my dear friends, this is a very major problem. The drug abuse, drug addiction is a major problem in India. 75% of homes, one person is affected. In one of the states, out of 5 youth, 4 youth are affected. Especially in India, you look around, so many people are affected. So it's a high time that we get hold of this and that we do something. We do something. Now I wish to tell you something, okay? What are the other types of addictions? The other types of addictions are sex addiction. You know, you're continuously obsessed with sex. Time and again, sex. And because of that, you are more and more urges come. And you look at others as a sexual commodity. There is the other type of sex is love addiction. Some clients prefer to feel emotionally attached to the partners they connect with. Love addiction, you know, you want to love. You want to have more and more partners. You want to. That's a love addiction. Then there is another porn addiction. Blue films. Watching sex movies. Again and again. Downloading. So that is porn addiction. You have another addiction is gambling addiction. People gamble. You see many of the advertisements are coming, come on, play, come on, play. And then there is addiction that comes and you're not able to give up, and then you lose financial status and then you lose money. Shopping addiction. People have the shopping addiction. Thrice a week, 4 times in a week, they are found in the mall. Then there is online addiction. Online addiction. People are ordering things, whatever they see, they want. जैसे बोलते दिल मांगे मोर. You have the other addiction is video game addiction. Games addiction. Time and again, how much time is spent on games, playing games. I want to win. And you know, some of the games made people to commit suicide also and to die also. The other addiction is internet addiction. Time and again, we are locked down to the internet. We have internet crazy. Social media addiction, WhatsApp, Twitter, and then Facebook, email. You know, you want to time and again, how much time do we spend? But do we spend for something really great, something really good, something very beneficial, something which can help me financially? Can it be? Then there is food addiction. Lagav. Gluttony. Not happy, not satisfied, craving for food, complaining about food, and then want to eat and spoiling our health. Then there is a sugar problem, there is a BP problem, there is pressure problem. All the problems comes because of overweight. Food addiction. Here also now, what are the symptoms of addictions in general? What I told you now, this is behavioral addiction, okay? Behavioral addiction. The symptoms are same as it is. That again and again, remember, we are not able to give up. So now what? Basically, we need to have treatment. we need to have treatment. And when you say treatment, there is what you call retreat. We need to turn back. Retreat. You cannot treat yourself. If you try, you are not able to. So then we need a treatment. And the treatment for addiction is treat. First is, the treatment is that I want to be treated. I want some help. Okay? Second thing is that there are counseling centers. Many counseling centers are there. There are good counselors also. Some good priests are there. Some good sisters are there. Some very well known people are there. They can always counsel you. Search for them, find out, take their time and speak to them about any addiction. Let it be drug or other addiction, substance or behavioral. Third thing is that there are what you call as rehabilitation centers. You can always search or find out. There are associations, alcoholic associations, Alcoholic Anonymous Association is there, where all these people were affected by alcohol, and then they can help the alcoholic. So you need to go out. This is the treatment that we need to take. There is other treatment which is there for you, is a medicine, through medicine. And don't take it for yourself. There will be some good doctors and all. Go to them. They will treat you. And then there is therapies. You need to come again and again, join some centers, and they will give you, and surely you will be able to get out of addiction. So preventing addiction, how to do that? In order to prevent addiction, we need to what you call as we must promote health, focus on people, and give encouragement. Then we must have people getting involved, all these addicted people, and you must make them more and more involved. And also give them cultural values. What is our cultural values? Next is the family. The family also plays a very important role in all these addictions. Don't condemn, don't criticize. The family must give us support. We are there with you in your disease, in your addiction. We are there to help you. The problem is that if we condemn and criticize, these people don't know what to do. They feel good for nothing. So make them feel good. Say to them, we are with you. Take them to someone who can help them. Be with them. And this is what the message of Jesus Christ is. I will be with you till the end of time. So with these people who are addicted, we need to be with them till the end of time. And really these people want support. They want someone to stand with them. They want someone to walk with them. They want someone to understand them. So this is the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is discord, unity. And it says, help me to understand than to be understood. Help me to love than to be loved. Help me to give than to receive. So we should be those people, especially with regard to those who are affected by addiction. We should be people, instruments, giving them whatever they need, especially our support, our moral support. So my dear friends, especially those who are affected by addiction, I have something nice to tell you. We have one famous Covey. He is the one who wrote the book, and the book was Seven Habits of Effective People. 7 habits of effective people, especially those who are addicted. You must know this. And 7 habits of effective people are, the first is independence. First part. Second part is interdependence. And the third part deals with continual improvement. So, what are the 7 habits? First habit is be proactive. Take responsibility for your action to your experiences. Be proactive. When you are addicted, now be proactive. Come on, take responsibility for your action. And then you say, I wish to change. I can do. Begin with the end in mind. End in mind means, remember, as I told you, extinction, that I am going to die. So before I die, let me start again. End in mind. Keep your eyes focused. Envision what you want to be in the future. What you want to be. You want to be good. You want to be nice. So be good. Be nice. To be effective, you need to act based on principles and constants. Some principles, some policies you need to have, keeping the end in mind. Next is first things first. First thing first means talk about what is important and what is urgent. First thing first. What is important and what is urgent is that I want to lead a good life. That is very important. That is very urgent. And for that, I start. First thing first. Your priority. Your priority. So if you want to be effective, first thing first. Then think win-win. Think win-win. The win-win people are that I want to win. Not putting others down, but I want to win. Hum honge kamyab. Hoge kamyab. You will be surely will be successful if you have this thing in mind. I want win-win situation. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Seek first to be understand, then to be understood. Understand your problem. Understand your difficulties. Understand what you're going through. Understand what things is being affecting you and how it is affecting. So become an understanding person. And it applies to all, the one who is affected and one who is not affected. Next is synergize. Combine the strength of people through positive teamwork. Synergize means work with people. Take the help of people. And when we synergize, when we work with people, when we take the help of the people, surely we will be successful. The last is sharpen the saw. Sharpen the saw means all that is there, balance and all that you have, all the energy, everything you have, you need to sharpen once in a way. You need to relook in how I can be more effective, how I can proceed, how I can make a change. And that is all possible with you. The last but not the least, before I end, this is the Serenity Prayer. And this prayer is usually used by Alcoholic Anonymous people. And so this prayer can be used by everyone, and especially all those who are affected or not affected. God, give me grace to accept with serenity the things that cannot be changed. Courage to change the things which should be changed, and the wisdom to distinguish the one from the other. Give me the grace to accept with serenity things that cannot be changed. Courage to change the things. So take the courage that I can change the thing which should be changed, and wisdom to distinguish the one from the other. Living one day at a time. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. Today is the day. Live that day fully, nicely. Enjoying every moment at a time. Enjoy your moment at a time. So these addictions does not make you to enjoy the moment, because the time is short and we need to enjoy every moment. Accepting hardship as a path to peace, whatever it is. But I want to achieve that peace. So, hardship is I want to fight against my natures, whatever is there. And then I want to attain that peace of mind, peace of heart, peace of body, and peace for others. Taking as Jesus did. So, Jesus, you see, what a friend we have in Jesus. Take Jesus as your friend. This sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that you will make all things right. So I keep trusting my Lord. There is a song. So you trust in the Lord. If I surrender to your will, surrender to the will of Jesus, surrender your will to God, and that He will change, so that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with you forever in the next. So, important thing is happiness. Happy in this life and the happiness in another life. So, wish you grace, wish you peace, my dear friends. All those who are addicted, look at your addiction. Where are you going? What are you doing? Change. And change you can, change you will. And our prayer is always with you, and our helping hand is always there with you. Come. Anytime you can come, and surely we will help you. Surely many doors will open to you, provided we say, I am willing and I am ready. And those who are not affected, pray and don't condemn, don't criticize those who are affected. Don't know when it will come to you. So let us change, let us be good. As I told you in the beginning, my dear, good, and precious people. So I wish that all of you are good and all of you are precious. See the goodness in you, work at that goodness in you, and be more good and more precious. Thank you, and God bless you.